It's a sensitive topic, but one that too many sectors within our primary industries have been grappling with for too many years. It's the high rate of suicide among the people who work in these industries. In Hawke's Bay, there's a growing awareness of the role that business can play in suicide prevention. The Tumu Group was an early supporter of the program. General Manager James Truman explains why.
I'm the chair of the Mates of Hawke's Bay Charitable Trust, which is the overarching, steering group for the Mates4Life program. Tumu Timbers really got involved in the suicide prevention space after we lost a colleague a few years ago. That really sort of opened our eyes up to the issue. And so we went and embarked on training for all of our staff to give them the tools for suicide awareness and prevention. The strength of Mates4Life, first and foremost, I think it's free. It's a no barriers approach, and that was really key for us, is that anyone in any organisation of any size, any business of any size, has access to the training. We felt that was really important. Secondly is that it's a regionally led approach. Hawke's Bay has a rate of suicide or suspected suicide that's almost twice the national average. So there's obviously something going on in our region. So we felt it needed to be regionally driven, regionally led, so developed by Hawke's Bay people, delivered by Hawke's Bay people for the people of Hawke's Bay.
Morena, everyone. My name is Tyson Ataira. I am the kaiwhakahaere for this kaupapa Mates4Life, te mātou Māui. So my role with the kaiwhakahaere is pretty much like the operations manager, where I manage our facilitators to go out and deliver workshops into the businesses. About 7 years ago, I lost a friend to suicide, and so rather than figuring out why, I was all about the what, be a part of the solution, especially in our region. And so 2 years ago, I was invited along to a workshop here, understanding that Tumu's were trying to get a program up and going around suicide to make a difference for people in Hawke's Bay. We provide suicide awareness, prevention and mental wellness training here in Te Mātou Māui. We get inquiries that come in through our portal on the website, and part of my role is liaising with our program facilitator or coordinator, Bronnie Corey, and we sit in with the businesses just to give them an overview of the 4-stage program, and then we devise a bit of a plan how we get this rolled out into the business. And then I look at our local facilitators that we've got that are trained, and who we can pair them up, just all around matching the right personnel for the different ethnicity groups, the different cultures that are in there, and making sure that, if it's a female or male, it's going to really enable the people to understand the content that we're trying to get across, and really empower the businesses to take lead with this stuff around suicide in their business. We've really targeted a lot of the key industries that are in our awareness program. So our forestry industries have been partnered with Pampac, and then you look at Tumu's. We jumped across to a lot of our fruit bowl capital of Hawke's Bay, so you got your T&Gs, Bostocks. We've gone into the Port of Napier as well, and so just really training those people up and empowering them with the right tools to support their people inside the business. It's a 4-stage program. The very first one is Aroa Awareness, so it's about an hour workshop where we're just presenting around the facts and figures around suicide here in Hawke's Bay, trying to let people know what they can do if they notice something that's a bit different in the people that they're working with. And if they don't have the kaha or the mana to be able to step in and have a conversation, then don't leave that space, but find someone that's available in the business to be able to support them. And so this is what the Connector does. This is a 2nd-stage program, 2 to 3 hour workshop, which just empowers people to be able to help ones that are having a bit of distress at that time. And not everyone's having thoughts of suicide, but when someone has a bad day, that can lead into a bad week, which can potentially lead into a mental illness. If they can recognise what's going on a lot earlier and just say, hey, look, maybe we want to go for a walk, maybe you can just jump into the wellbeing committee at different businesses and see what's available inside the business, but just giving them the tools about it, navigate their conversation and support them. So the heaviest part of it is the kaiawhina haumare, which is the safety aid aspect, and that's when people are having intervention conversations, when people are actually having those thoughts or attempted or have lost someone. How do you navigate to keep that person safe from those thoughts, and what does it look like around building a plan for them? Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to get these things called informal resources, your friends, your whānau, the pastoral care teams that are going to be available before the formal ones, so the counsellors and the clinical psychologists. And so we've got to really bank and work on a program that's going to support those people. And then the last stage is that grower aspect, so it's around getting someone back to work safely. What does it look like? We know what to do when someone's physically injured. So what does it look like when someone's had mental distress or have thoughts of suicide or attempted? How do we get them back to work safely and manage that? Probably delivered around 50, 60 different workshops. And I haven't been to one workshop where someone in that workshop has not been impacted by suicide, either directly or within their family or sporting groups. And so the reality is that suicide is huge. It's everywhere, and it's killing more people than work-related injuries, than road toll deaths. And so even when you think about COVID, there's more people having mental distress reality of everything that's going on. And so our program really caters for the stress part. You know, we're not trying to diagnose anyone with anything. These are people that are having thoughts. They're right at the acute end of having distress. And so this really helps them to be able to build something inside their business. It's a peer-to-peer support, so people feel comfortable with people that they work with. We're not coming in to deliver and then getting out of the region. We're all local facilitators, so we can support them on the outside of the business as well, if that is needed.
We've had the foundation funding from the Ministry of Social Development. They were the first to sort of jump on this, and then MPI thankfully came on board with some seed funding as well, which has been great, and also Royston Health Trust locally here. We're about to launch a sort of proposal for local businesses to come on board. There's a range of options for businesses to show support, but also working with the Suicide Prevention Office to see if there's some sort of enduring government funding. So we ideally want to have a mix of funding.